Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Good to see you all. My name is Furo and this is Furo TV. I don't want to do too much introduction on this video. I just wanted us to go into this video. So I was on my own scrolling on TikTok and YouTube recommended this video to me of a YouTuber here on YouTube, which you guys will be familiar with. And I thought in 2024 I do a reaction to this video because I think this video was done in 2023, looking at when it was posted. And let's see this video. I'm going to put the video right here.
Hear me out. If you're Nigerian, Kenyan, Cameroonian, Ghanaian, South African, whichever country that you're from in Africa, so long as you're my brother, you're my sister, do not move to the UK, the US, Europe, Canada, Australia, the collective West. Do not move there 2023. And I'm going to be sharing some of the reasons why. I've talked about this severally on my YouTube channel, but I've gotten, because it's an unpopular opinion, I've gotten so much hate for it. But I know that there are going to be a few people who would go and do their research and know what's going on. Yes, like I said in my last video, I know most people define greener pastures, differently. If you've been in a system where corruption is normal, you can't travel without 10 police officers stopping you from point A to point B. You can't afford to eat 3 square meals a day. Insecurity is just through the roof. Maybe I may be talking gibberish to you. I may sound like a mumu, or I may sound like a total lunatic to you, but hear me out. Where you're running to, the citizens of those countries are looking to move out. Currently in 2023, the inflation in all these Western countries, all these Western economies, Europe included, they're in the double digits. Most people can afford, even with a decent wage, most people can afford to save. Most people can afford to live their lives without feeling like they're slaving away, which I know you would do literally anything to leave Africa. Because
So I don't want to play all this video because I feel it's too long, but what I wanted to pick up from this video is the beginning where she said, do not move abroad, or do not move to US, all these countries. And this video was done in 2023. It wasn't done recently. I don't know if it's an old content that she posted it last year on her platform on TikTok, or she actually did this video last year, because last year and this year I don't even think there's a difference. But now, if you ask me, should you move abroad? What if I go tell you? So she has even stated like why you should move, and she's not telling you why. I couldn't even understand the video. You're stating insecurity and all this whole thing and not being able to eat 3 square meals, and you're telling me I shouldn't still move in the same video. What do you guys think about it? For me, in 2024, I will still support you to move abroad. If you want to move abroad. It's not that terrible. I prefer to suffer inflation in these countries than suffer inflation in Nigeria. I swear down. In these countries, when you're suffering inflations here, you still will be able to live a life that is, will I say, measurable or standard life of the world standard of living. Is that the right word? But in Nigeria, you will be living below poverty. When I mean below poverty rate, you'll be living below poverty. My battery is about to go off. You'll be living below if you're suffering inflation. Here, no matter how the inflation is bad, if you have a job, you can eat well. Good protein, good vegetables, good in 2024. You can eat well. You can buy whatever you want to buy, however you... Don't even tell me that 2024 is harder. It's like, why? Why? You can get a job without knowing somebody. You can get a job without knowing anybody. You get this job by merit because you deserve it. But in Nigeria, getting a job without knowing somebody is like passing a camel through the needle's eyes. Is like a very tiny percentage of people get jobs without knowing people. Very tiny percentage. The rest, somebody has to write a letter, to write a letter, to write a letter. Is that the life you want to live? Is that the life you want to live? You people are always talking about saving. Say, what do you want to save when you never survive? What do you want to save for Nigeria? Let's say you live in Nigeria, you work, you make money in Naira. What do you want to save? When you are not even in a position to even feed yourself properly, you've not been able to feed yourself, feed your dependent properly, you're talking about savings. I don't understand. But see, if you live here, all this is because you people have big eyes. You're looking at big things that your money or your life has not reached to afford. That's why you feel like it's difficult to survive here. If you live here and as a single person, you decide to rent a 2-bedroom flat, and probably if you're a single person, why would you be living in a 2-bedroom flat? In my own head anyway, but it might be different from you. You share this 2-bedroom flat with somebody. Let's say you're not living in those mold infested houses like other people do in this UK. Immigrants, a lot of them live in mold infested houses, and that's not because maybe they can't find house. Majority of them live because they want to cut costs. So let's say you're living in a very nice 1,200 apartment, and you guys are two sharing the whole bill of that house. And let's say at the end of the day you have 1,000 in bill to pay, and you're working full time. You can pay your 1,000, still save at least 300. Pay your 1,000, feed yourself, meet up with one or two of your personal needs if you're not an extravagant person, and still save at least 200 to 300. If you're not working any extra shift, you're just doing your regular shift. If you save £200 every month, that's at least 200 to 300,000. What am I saying? That's 400,000 or 800,000. £200 nice. A pound now is 2,000. So £200 is about 200,000. So that's 400. So if you save £200 every month, that's 200 and something thousand. But let's leave at 200k every month, because it's 200k save for Nigeria every month. Then if you decide that you want to do bank shift and you make like, let's say £400 from that bank shift or £200 from that bank shift every month, you add it, you can save £400 or 500 as a single person. Then if people are husband and wife, because I feel like you shouldn't be having children if people are not copulated. But for some reasons, some things happen and you guys separate. You shouldn't just bear the burden alone. Every party involved in that copulation has to continue paying until those children reach 18 years. So, but if people are together, this person saved 200, this person saved 200, or this person saved 500, this person saved 500. That's £1,000 every month. Every month. It's just that you people are not telling people truth. I don't know why people do these videos. Is it because you people don't want other people to come? Or is it because, I don't know the reason. But whatever reason, please, whatever reason people are doing this video, me, fool, I'm telling you, don't listen. Inflation or no inflation, if you're not doing well in Nigeria, you're not feeding yourself well, you think the insecurity is disturbing you, Japa. If you have sense, Japa is the best way. There are a lot of perks that comes with Japa. One, the possibility of you changing your passport and getting a stronger passport is there. So in case you don't understand, let me explain to you. Recently, I had gone to Paris for a holiday with my kids and my whole family. And I and my husband needed visa because the other people don't need visa because now they go to any country of their choice without visa. That's so we had to continue filming this video here because my phone, my camera went off earlier, and I continued here design the day after we've run our errands. So as I was saying, so though other people didn't need visa, so I and my husband we needed visa. And for us to get a Schengen visa, we paid about £200 for the both of us, right? Or something close to £200. Let's make it £200 for the both of us. And imagine that everybody had to pay for visa. How would they go? We would have paid 200 for two people. So at the end of the day, we're a family of five, would have been able to pay, or would have spent at least 500k, £500 for visa. If like everybody needed visa, would have spent £500 for visa. Look, now pounds is 2,200 for £1, so times 500, that would have been 1.1 million. Even the 500 sef e plenty. So that would have been 1.1 million for all of us for visa. And have I told you the kind of courage or the kind of respect these people give to people that have a different passport? So for me, who has a Nigeria, this one of my children, and me and my husband, we pay for them to get the American passport. But the kind of regard they give to them compared to us, we pay, it's crazy. When you reach your own passport as in Nigeria, that kind they won't bring magnifying glass, they won't view, they won't do like this, they won't do like this. But when you really just give you really good. But once it's your turn, they want to do magnifying glass, they want to do like, they want to check, they want to that one alone, let's forget about the insecurity. That one alone is enough for me to leave. Now let's talk about the welfare and social care that they have in these countries. It's very annoying, it's very painful to talk about, but sometimes we have to be blunt and tell ourselves the truth. That's it. So if we talk about the welfare and the perks, the welfare that they have for their people. So let's say if you run out of job, okay, you've stayed in this country, you've gotten their passport, you're now naturalized, and you run out of job for any reason, you leave your job, they will pay you for leaving your job until when you get your job. So at least you're not scared. But in Nigeria, for any reason you go out of your job, hey, you will beg all the whole of your village people, everybody, you will beg them for money. And that's when people will now start telling you how you were acting when you were working, when you were there. But now that, let's talk about healthcare. Except you're lucky to work in one of these nice companies, in Nigeria where people work, like the oil companies, the very big banks, where they already have their own equipped hospitals ready for their staff to use, except you're working in one of those places. But if you're working in like regular places where you have to use the general hospital for any reason you have, or you have a need to use the general hospital, the possibility that you walk in there with your two legs and come out without your leg is very, very high. It's very, very high because people just get mistreatment, lose themselves for no reason, for things that are very small. But here, there's laws. Like if you die here in a hospital, that you really should have died, or like people that will die out of negligence, the percentage compared to people's country, compared to that country you're saying people should not run away from, is very, very small. Still, I'll say the truth. It's very small. Even the people will still die. But the percentage that you will die in Nigeria if you go to hospital, and the percentage that you will die here is the friction is The fish. Have you seen Nigerians eating in this country? You go see person wey be saying they cut meat like this before. Once you enter here, the first achievement wey you go do na to dey chop turkey, shaki, chicken inside one plate. That's to tell you how much they miss eating those things back home. Nigeria generally keeps you poor. Have you seen the level of unemployment, the rate at which youths are unemployed? Yeah, I know they'll say everybody is doing support work, everybody. I rather do support work and be able to fend for myself and my family than sit down in my homeland where I do not have anything. I have to call my uncle, my auntie, call people to ask for money to sort out my responsibility as an adult. I rather do all this work you people are demeaning and be able to sort my bills out, be able to sort people who depend on me out, than be there and it's time for my kids to pay school fees and I'm calling a family member to support me to pay my children's school fees. Like, think about it. Think about it. When you're here working this minimum wage job, trust me, somebody who earns 2 million naira in Nigeria, 12 on a meat. There is nothing that person is doing that you cannot do. Nothing. The person is building house. You can't build house. Somebody who earns 2 million naira, the person have maybe 2-3 kids just as you have, you will live, if not a better life, but almost an equal life with that person. People are talking about you cannot save, you cannot. What do you want to save? Now who that life they save? Now who that life they save? Stay alive first. Look for where you'll be alive first. But let's look beyond all these perks I just mentioned. Let's look beyond all these things. People will continue to migrate. In fact, for me, I would advise everybody that in your lifetime, you shouldn't live in Nigeria all your life, in your lifetime. When you live in Nigeria to a particular time, move to another country to experience or to understand their culture, to see how your life can evolve. Because trust me, the more places you live, the more culture and among different people you live in, the more you develop yourself. So moving and living among other people that are not of the same background with you, moving and living among other people that do not understand you, you will learn from them, they will learn from you. Moving from your hometown, in fact, even within Nigeria, moving from, let's say, Port Harcourt to Lagos, you will see that, you will be more diverse. You will learn, you will understand things better than when you just stay in that particular spot where you've grown, where you know what I'm trying to say. So at the end of the day, it's still worth it to move abroad. It's still worth it. If you're not moving due to all these specs I have mentioned, move because you need the education for your children, you need the education for, yourself. You need to put the people you brought into this world on a competitive advantage. So for example, now, if you have kids, for example, and you move abroad, let's say you have everything in your life, you don't need all these things I've just told you, and you move abroad, you'll find out that your kids will begin to sound different than where you are coming from. So if, let's say, you're Nigerian and your kids live in Nigeria and they've had this Nigerian accent and they move to the UK, America, or Australia, they begin to sound like these people. And this accent, for some reason, leading accent in the world. People respect it more. Even Nigerians respect it more. Once you begin to phone, they'll be like, it's like, you sabi book pass or you're smart. And so that way, once your kids get this accent, you have put your children up for more success in their life, to be successful more than you will do. Because when they go a place like, let's say they move from the UK and they decide to go to Dubai and they speak, and their accent sounds like British, they will get the job easily than me who sounds like a proper Nigerian. That's the truth. Some of the things is hard to agree, but it is the truth. It is the truth. Even in Nigeria itself, for me, in fact, somebody who has black person like me, who has an accent, an American accent or a British accent, or those are the two popular ones, right? American accent or a British accent and goes to Nigeria and apply for a job, I am qualified, that person is qualified, trust me, they will pick that person over me because of wetin im get straight for im accent. So you've put your children on a competitive advantage if it is your goal to raise children that are competitive in when it comes to the standard of the world. You've put your children in competitive advantage. So there's different reason why you should move. If you're not moving because of the money, you're not moving because of the small perks you get for living in these developed countries. Unfortunately, they are developed better. It's hard to accept, but if you're not moving because these people they've done better for themselves, you're moving because you want your children to speak Shri. Because in speak Shri, their job opportunity, the opportunities will be higher than me, who sounds like a proper Nigerian. Yeah? There's a guy I used to follow. I don't follow him, I just saw his videos on Instagram, and he used to sing Nigerian songs with British accent. You need to see crowd with the full girls come. He was singing Bianulai, 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 Jesus is God, Bianulai, Akanchawa, Akanchawad, Akanchawad, Amagi Owi, yes, coming down, roll back, Achinchawad, Akanchawad, Akanchawad. I need to see people that were following him just because he was making accent. So you put your children in competitive advantage. You've given them passport that is very strong. You've given them accent. At this point, if you are from a regular kind of background, you don't have even enough money for them to buy them property, to invest financially for them, just this two things that you are giving them, they will thrive. They will thrive. Like in the end of my video, the video before this one, I was telling you guys that my child sells stuff online to make money. He don dey thrive oh. He don dey thrive already. Before you go know if she get the right motivation and she keep pushing, she don get business. Me at 14, I can't even remember what I was doing. Talking about making money for myself. This is what all this developed country does to you. So in 2024, it's not late. It's not late. Work still there. You might not get like the kind of job you want to, sit down in the office. People still get those jobs if you want it. For me, I do not want those office jobs anymore because I want a job that will help me be myself, be a mom, care for my children. I don't want to slack in any department of my life. So working in healthcare is very important for me. I could do night, come there and be with my children. I could, spend the weekend with my children. Sometimes I could stay at home during the weekdays. I'm off and be with my children than working a job where I'll go 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, just I could work 3 days in a week, 2 days in a week and just chill, than a job that's constantly fixed for, 5 days in a week is going to stress me. So for some people, they're still getting this IT job, this office job you guys like, they're still getting it. But if you feel like, let's say you don't get those jobs, you can work in healthcare, you can work as a domestic worker or whatever, and you make this small money and take care of your family, take care of your responsibilities, and you'll be fine. So what are you saying? Anyway, guys, subscribe to this channel, put your comment in the comment section, help me get to 10K. My tongue's tied. And see, when you move to this country, you'll be thinking, oh, my accent is worse because I don't change accent tire. I'll go to work, I'll speak a different way. I'll meet an Indian person, I'll speak in a different way so the Indian person will understand. I meet a Nigerian person, sometimes I'm switching now between accents, like unknowingly. I can speak proper Nigerian, and before I know, I'm trying to speak like British. My accent is just like intertwined. Anyway, guys, subscribe to my channel, help me get to 10K, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye.